you know, the more that we can do to keep the stage volume down and place the
Right.
monitors and the amps in the most ideal place, then we get a better signal to noise ratio on your vocal.
Yes. Does not having the amp make that easier or? Not much. I just like literally, I just really liked it and I stayed. It's pretty much the short story
That's rad.
of how it happened. Yeah.
That's how I felt, but I was born here.
Oh, nice. Well, that's kind of cool though that you actually liked it. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I pretty much have fallen in love with Baltimore.
That's rad.
What are the things that you like about it here?
Community, like the artistic community is very vibrant and supportive, and there are a lot of smart people here. That might sound like, oh, there's smart people everywhere, but like for some reason I just feel, I don't know, just feel like there's just really cool, smart people here, more than other places.
It is different.
I don't know why.
I know, right? It's like you can't put words to it, but you just feel it.
Yeah, exactly. I like it feels, I feel very grounded here. I think it has to do with like the fact that that it has the industry vibe and like that history. Yeah, manufacturing stuff. I don't really know. I have no idea why I feel grounded here. I just do. I just do.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And I just had this like feeling when I first arrived here, that it was home, like just immediately. Which I also can't explain that, but that is what happened.
Have you been able to check out any of the cool places in Baltimore?
I mean, yeah, the depot.
Hey, Depot shout out.
I mean, I pretty much met all.
Oh, is that you won the contest?
I won the
and that's what
contest.
this is.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
right.
exactly.
I remember now.
Yes. So the depot, I met like so many of my friends at the depot. Where else have I been? I went to Auto Bar. Had to try that out. That was cool. Love the what's it called? I don't know what it's called, but the farmers market on.
Waverly?
Yeah, exactly. Waverly.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
cool.
that was awesome. I feel like these are gonna fall, so I'm gonna put them over here. Yeah, I don't know.
You want to explain some of your favorite books?
Okay, yes, definitely. All right, so we got. Oh shit! Wait. Okay, I have to pronounce this right. Dao De Ching.
Dao De Jing.
I think because I can't say Tao Te. It's Dao De Ching. This book was my grandma's. She's given me a lot of poetry books over the years, and she is a writer herself. I'm super close with her, so this always reminds me of her. And it's just like a series of very short poems that are so true. Just all of them are so true. So often I'll just pick up this book and I'll kind of ask myself a question or ask the universe a question, and I will turn to a random page, and whatever poem I see first on that page is kind of like the answer. So I just got to act without doing, work without effort, think of the small as large, and the few as many. It's perfect. See what I'm saying? It's literally perfect for this moment. Okay, so that's Dao De Ching. This is When Things Fall Apart. Oh, sorry. Were you trying to look at Dao
No,
De
you're
Ching for
totally
longer? When Things Fall Apart by Pema Chodron. I'm actually currently reading this. This is a book I'm currently reading. I got it from the library, as you can see. But I've been wanting to read it for a really long time, and one of my closest friends just died, so it feels like the perfect time to read this book. There were many times where I could have read it, but I just didn't. Mary Oliver is one of my idols. I don't know if idol is really the right word. She's just a person that I look up to a lot in terms of her writing and also how she lived her life. This is Devotions. This is like a collection, a really large collection of her poetry. And probably the poem that people most know by her is Wild Geese, which starts with, "You do not have to be good. You do not have to..." Oh shit, okay, wait. "You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk 1,000 miles on your knees repenting. On your knees through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves." I don't know if that's a book that is mine.
What's a notebook?
Yeah, but it's
pretty.
just cool, and it says, "As the universe, so the soul," which I really like. And it's filled with a lot of really interesting things, because that was a very poignant period of my life that I wrote that notebook. This is Rumi. This is like, goes with me almost everywhere. If I'm traveling and I bring a book with me, I bring Rumi. I've heard that this translation, I'm going so into detail right now. Is this, okay. I like probably won't have time to finish setting up, but it's okay. I've heard that this translation of Rumi is not like the most accurate, like culturally accurate, because I heard this after I bought this book, obviously. I've heard it's a little bit like whitewashed, this translation. So at some point I need to get the version that's not. But Rumi's poetry has helped me through so many difficult times. And I do the same thing with this book that I do with the Tao Te Ching. I like open to a random poem and just take that as the message. Arlo Parks! She wrote a book of poetry, or they maybe? They, I'll have to check. Wait, let me see. Might not be in here. Anyway, we'll go with they. They wrote a book of poetry that is just beautiful. They have amazing music, and I pre-ordered this book because I was so excited about it. And then, oh my god, this is just one of like the texts of my life. It's The How by, I don't know how to say her name also, Ursa Daly Ward. She's a UK writer, and that's her. She's just like, her writing is, again, so true, and you can turn to any page of this book and just immediately get something that's super meaningful. This one is way too complex to go into right now, but basically it's The Artist Way. It's a, it's way too complex. It's basically like a learning program for creatives, I would say, but in a book form. And it's very powerful, and I highly recommend it to any creative. And then, pronunciation. Nitso, fuck. Yeah, I still have trouble pronouncing this woman's name, but okay, this is really another reason why I love Baltimore. So I read her play in her theater piece in college. It's called For Colored Girls Who Have Considered Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough. Yeah, and it's fucking amazing, and I like fell in love with it when I read it. And then in Baltimore, right now, they're doing a production of this exact piece, and I went to go see it, and it's like, it was so good. It was life-changing, and I have her book because I found it in a free library, and I got excited. Yeah, that's only a few. I probably shouldn't, well, oh, but there's only a couple more. Okay. Okay, this is Bell Hooks. I haven't read it yet, so I can't speak to it, but I love Bell Hooks. I know a lot of her quotes. This is Wide in the Window. Super important book about trauma and healing from trauma. I have PTSD, so this book has been like really, really helpful for me. Just to learn how to like be resilient when you have trauma and PTSD. Those are, I think, all the books. Well, no, there's another one back there, but I think... Okay. This is the last one. This one is Women Who Run with the Wolves. by Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. She's a traditional like storyteller, and she just wrote this incredibly rich book about being female in our society. And again, I go back to this a lot. Like I'll just turn to a random page, read that page, and it's always really helpful for me. Yeah. Letters to my future self. I just opened one that I wrote like 2 years ago, and I have a couple in here for like 2024. Oh wait, no, that was this year. 2027, 2030. Okay, that's it.
Your own solo show like this before ever?
Yes, wait. Is that true? Yeah, I think I have. Yes, I definitely have. Okay, let me actually think. I have, but it hasn't been as focused, I would say. So it's been like I've played at a cafe for people, or I've played at a bar for people, or a festival for people. So it hasn't been like people are listening intently to what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I've played shows with my band where people are listening intently to what we're doing. But I think this might be the first solo show where it's very intentional.
Is your band back in Rochester?
Yes, my band is back in Rochester. I'm, hoping to find one here. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely will. I'm basically just making sure I find the right people and all that stuff. Yeah.
What kind of music did your band back in Rochester do, and what was its name?
Well, it was just Siena. So I would stand up on stage and be like, "We are Siena." It was really ridiculous. And we played my music mostly. So it was the same songs, just different arrangements of the same songs.
Mhm. And was it like people that you were already friends with, or did you meet for the purpose of forming the band?
One of them was my partner at the time, so that was very useful. And so we lived together and played together. And then another one was a friend from college. And then trying to think. And then other people were just people, like community people in Rochester that were amazing musicians that I found.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. What was the inspiration for like the set design that you've got going on today?
Oh my god, that's such a good question. Okay, so God, if you can believe it, I've actually gotten less clumsy as I've gotten older, but it's like I'm still very clumsy.
No way.
I know, it's crazy. The inspiration for the set design is my dad and my grandma visited me a few weeks ago, just to see me. They were driving up from Florida, and I'm on the way because now I live in Baltimore, which is great. And the tradition when family visits has always been that I just sit down and I show them my new songs. That's just kind of what happens. It happened when I was growing up. Like when I was a teenager, my parents would be like, "Okay, Sienna, like your uncle's here. Time to show them." Like, well, they didn't force me or anything. I wanted to, but it always happened. So playing music in the living room for people is something that means a lot to me, and I feel really comfortable doing it. And that is what I wanted the stage to feel like. It's just I'm sitting in my living room, playing some music for people. Yeah, I didn't want it to feel like a stage necessarily, even though it is. But ideally, I would be on the same level, but I'm up here. But it's okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's only because you're better than them.
Oh yeah, exactly. Right. Take that out.
It's just like the one thing that I post.
No, I know I'm not. But that's the whole point, I think, is that I'm not. Part of the intention of this show is like actually to not be better than anyone, and just like we're just sharing sounds in a space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Are you feeling like you're trying to stay here in Baltimore, or do you think you've got any more moves in your future?
It's a great question. We'll see. Depends on a lot of different things.
Yeah.
We'll see. I would like to stay here for the foreseeable future, for sure.
I remember you mentioned that you're doing like environmental work.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. How's that been going?
Yeah, so this is the first time that I've had a quote regular job where I work from 9 to 5 and I have a salary with benefits. Before this, I have just been doing art, like music, teaching, piano and voice, podcast, writing. So yeah, this is my first foray into being financially stable. Okay, just to be clear, I was financially stable before, but it was very challenging. And now it's a lot easier to be financially stable, and I'm very much enjoying that. And I feel like it's given me a lot more mental space to actually do what I love, which is this.
Yeah. And now that you've, I guess, had that easier, like, I guess, career stability, do you think you would ever do music full time again, or do you feel pretty comfortable with this balance you've found?
Is my boss gonna see this video? No, I'm friends with my boss, that's okay. Yeah, I mean, I think doing music full time again is a possibility. I'm not ruling it out.
The T.
I'm not ruling it out. I think I do really well with a lot more structure, that being said. So if I did do it full time again, I would definitely need a full-on team that would provide structure for me.
That'd be really cool.
I wouldn't do it alone again. I would do it with like a booking manager and a tour manager, and they would be different people. And then I would have the social media manager. And then
Yeah. Did you guys ever tour back in Rochester?
no, that was something I always wanted to do though. But again, like I was really in survival mode for a lot of reasons. PTSD being one of them, another one being that I like really thrive with structure and I didn't have structure, or I was creating my own structure. So planning a tour just seemed like so challenging to me. So I never did it, but I would love to. I just need some help. That's all. I need somebody to help me book the tour, basically.
Yeah. I also just realized, what is the, like, is there, or I guess if you're comfortable sharing, is there any significance behind the tattoo that's on your arm?
Oh, thank you for asking that, Sochi. Yes, there is significance. I know it's just a line. But, yeah, so, where do I start? Well, basically, you can sit down.
I was, like, debating, but I don't want to,
You can move the puppy. No, move the puppy. That's my puppy. He's from my childhood. He kept me safe when I was sleeping.
Ew, sturdy.
Oh
No, I'm
my
kidding.
god!
It's old.
No, here, let me move him. Okay, you can sit down. Just holding him now. Very comforting. Okay, the tattoo. Yes. Okay, so basically, ever since I read, I'm very into poetry, as you can see from my books, and ever since I read Whitman's Leaves of Grass, the concept that life and death, like that death isn't really like an ending. Doesn't really exist necessarily. Life and death are just one long continuous cycle, has been really comforting for me and also makes a lot of sense to my body. I feel like I've gone through a lot of different deaths in the past 5 years, 7 years, and then have been reborn. Reborn is really intense, but like have like come back to life in a lot of different ways. And so this tattoo to me represents that. Like I wanted to get a circle somewhere, and I wasn't sure if I just wanted a circle or, I wasn't sure where I wanted it, but then I realized I could just have a band, and it's a circle. The other significance of this tattoo, actually, there's a lot of things that whenever I draw anything, which is like quite often, I almost always have this like yellow circle in there. Not intentionally, but it just always kind of happens to be in there. And so that circle shape, like just because it's always in my drawing, seems to be significant to me. So, yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say that you're a very spiritual person?
I don't know. Probably more than other people. Is my guess. I grew up with like a lot of spiritual stuff in my house, like that was just kind of accepted as normal. Like my parents met at Berkeley, so that tells you something. Berkeley in California, just to clarify. Do you think that the books, like, is there another place, maybe another stool? I don't
Oh,
know.
you're gonna fall.
It's three. What were you saying? Yeah, no, I don't think so. I was thinking of kind of setting up like a blank, like this. Is this strange? I just want it to feel more homey.
Before you do sound, whenever that happens,
Yeah.
are there any songs that you'd want to like spotlight that are especially significant tonight or interesting?
Let me think about that while I get this other box off the stage.
Yeah.
Because I just want to feel like the stage is ready. And then I will think. Okay, so there's one song I'm playing has a very funny story. It's not really a story, honestly. But when I first graduated from college, my partner at the time and I moved into a very small house in Rochester, New York. And it was pretty old, like maybe from the 20s or 1910 or something. I don't know, I could be making that up, but it was a very funky place. And there were a lot of holes that just like led into the roof, into the attic. And so there were a lot of squirrels that just like we could just hear them all over the ceiling when we were trying to go to sleep or whatever. And so one morning I woke up and I just wrote this song about the squirrels that were living in our ceiling, and what they could possibly be. Like, you know, when you don't see the squirrels, you just hear the squirrels. So they could be anything. And so this song is, originally it was called More Than Us because the line in the chorus is, this house is home to more than us. But now I'm just calling it For the Squirrels. Ooh, there's another cool, so I didn't write this song, but I want to talk about it a little bit. So Bob Dylan's Just Like a Woman. I didn't really care about the song at all until I heard Nina Simone's version of it. And holy fuck. Like, this woman turned that song on its head. Like, she goes through the whole song, right? Singing the lyrics as he wrote them, except a little bit different. Like, some tweaks here and there. And then at the very end, for the last stanza, or the last verse, she changes you to I. I take just like a woman. I ache just like a woman. I break just like a little girl. And it's so fucking powerful. And I can't do it like she does it, but I'm gonna do it my version, my way, inspired by her version of it. So that's a really cool, I'm really excited to play that one. I've been working on it a lot. I mean, there's stories for all of them. I don't know. It's so hard to... Oh, okay, there's another one that has a cool story. Okay, so this one's called Overheard in a Cafeteria About a Father, and the title says it all. I was sitting in the cafeteria in college, and I heard these two women talking about a father about the father of one of their kids, and I really didn't change the words that much. Like, I was just frantically writing down what I was hearing into my phone notes, knowing that I would use it someday for something, and I ended up using it for this song, and I didn't even have to change the words that much. It was just this conversation, and it just kind of, the song wrote itself. And it's basically about how the father, the child has kind of given up hope on the father, but also can't really give up hope because he's his dad. And so it's this like very complex song about bitterness and family and all those things. Luckily, I don't relate to it with my dad, but I do relate to it with abusive relationships I've had. So it's like, it's a very like mixed song, but I think it's cool that it didn't come from my own brain. It came from this conversation that resonated with me.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll be sure not to say anything too incriminating around you. Might hear it on the stage.
Okay, no, I would never take, like, I feel like because I didn't know them, it felt okay.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
little
It's
weird.
like street
It's a
photography.
little iffy, I guess.
No,
maybe.
I'm just joking.
It's like copyright issues.
No, you're good. Man, that was a hard sentence to get out. The gum was in like the exact wrong spot on my tongue, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. I probably should go find Garrett to, like, do some sound stuff. I don't even know. This house is home to more than eyes. We'll never see the glory eyes.
XR EP.
Make sure not to step on bolts.
Yeah.
Iconic. I love the orange pants.
Thanks.
Oh my god, that's so great.
Thank you. Wow, iconic is like
I mean,
the
I've got
best
those
possible
tablets you needed
compliment
under-
that could be had.
It's the same. We'll try. I don't know. Maybe it's different now.
This is the one I use for.
I got these like in
Oh, yeah,
California for a festival that my sister and I are going to. And they were supposed to be these like, you know, funny pants that I just wore for this one festival, but then I was like, wait, I actually really like these.
I'll get you set up.
And now it's just funny because they're part of my actual wardrobe.
Yeah. Okay, for sure. Yeah, if you want to do like any like the little vocal warm-ups you were doing.
I have a question before I start. Do I have for you? Do I have any eye makeup like mascara?
Yeah, a little bit under this left eye.
right here?
Yep.
Did I get it?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Any other stuff? I just did it, so, and then it was very dim lighting.
No worries. It's hard for me to tell honestly because
know.
it's dark too.
Here, wait, I'll go here. Can you see?
Let's see. Like a tiny bit under this eye right there too.
Right here?
Yep. Like a little bit like lower, like just on the cheekbone. Yeah. And
it?
let's see the other side. Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay,
Hell
great.
yeah. Ready for the show.
Really appreciate you. Okay. Alright. I probably shouldn't do more because shouldn't tire out my voice.
That's awesome.
Okay, now I'll just do the weird dancing I was doing. I can't tell who that is. Well,
It's Elizabeth.
Okay, I'll just.
Michael's
oh,
roommate.
it's Elizabeth. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Oh, hi. All right, great. Weird dancing time.
Too much time has come to pass. I don't know you anymore. It's too late for all that. You should have realized before. Time goes slow. In it we grow to give up on each other, then hold back on again, 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 again. No more reaching out to you. Can you see I'm grown now? Can you see I know the truth that you'll never figure out? Time goes fast. In it the past hurts like a bitch, then holds us together.